Sherman McCoy is known as the Golden Boy of Wall Street. He comes from old WASP money. He describes himself as the master of the universe. He is well educated. His mistress is Maria Ruskin. He has a very high class social circle, and he has all types of prejudices, including those of religious, ethnic, social, economic, gender, and racial backgrounds. Judy McCoy is the wife of Sherman McCoy. She is 2 years older than Sherman. She has very high with the social class on Park Avenue. After learning of Sherman's affair with Maria Ruskin, she becomes very unaffectionate towards him. Campbell McCoy is Sherman McCoy and Judy McCoy's daughter. She is 6 years old. Thomas Killian is a slick man. He is well dressed and a fast talker. He serves as the criminal defense lawyer for Sherman during his lawsuit. He used to work at the district attorney's office, but he went into private practice in order to make more money. His clients are usually bad, rich criminals, such as drug dealers. He's a native New Yorker from Irish descent. He's able to shield his clients by redeeming favors. Maria Ruskin is Sherman McCoy's mistress. She is of the working class. She comes from South Carolina. She uses her attractiveness to marry the extremely wealthy and old Arthur Ruskin. Abe Weiss is a Jewish district attorney in the Bronx. He's always trying to be reelected, as seen in the beginning of the novel. He's very good at manipulating the press. He cares more about the voters' opinion of him than true justice, although he pretends otherwise. He acts idealistic at all times. He directs the assistant district attorney, Larry Kramer, in the McCoy case. Henry Lamb was the hit-and-run victim of Sherman McCoy. He is a high school student who lives in the Bronx projects. He has been able to keep out of trouble and stay in school, so by his neighborhood standards, he is an honor student. He is the son of Annie Lamb. Peter Fallow is an alcoholic. He is known for plagiarizing in the work he produces. He works as a reporter for the City Light. He is able to reveal the case of Henry Lamb with information he receives from Al Vogel. He is British and despises all Americans and anything American. His name, Peter, hints to his crying wolf about the Lamb case. Eventually, he wins the Pulitzer Prize from his coverage on the McCoy case. Lawrence Kramer is the assistant district attorney in the McCoy case. His two main goals in life are to advance in his career and sexually conquest women. He is very uneasy about his Jewish heritage. He often resists his family responsibilities. Sir Gerald Steiner is a British man of Jewish heritage. He is the publisher of the City Light. He is called the Dead Mouse by a lot of his employees. His last name, Steiner, means stones, referring to his lack of intelligence. Reverend Bacon is a Harlem minister. He has great power in his African American community. He is the head of a few fake organizations that he uses to obtain donations. He, like Abe Weiss, is excellent at manipulating the press. He simply takes the McCoy case to attack the white power structure of Manhattan. Arthur Ruskin is an aged man. He is very wealthy. He is Maria Ruskin's husband. He is Jewish. He made his fortune flying charter flights to take Muslims on pilgrimage to Mecca. Sherman McCoy was driving with Maria Ruskin from Kennedy Airport to Manhattan when they got lost and ended up in the Bronx. Finding the exit ramp covered in barrels, Sherman exits to clear it. They are approached by two black men, who they see as predators. Racing away, Maria hits the skinnier of the two boys. Peter Fallow is given the opportunity to write a story on Henry Lamb. His articles cause protest and news coverage. Abe Weiss pushes for McCoy's arrest, hoping for re-election. His main source of evidence is that Sherman's car matches the one described used in the hit-and-run. Distracted by the case, Sherman misses a huge opportunity at work. This causes him to have to take a leave of absence. Sherman ends up isolated by his friends, and Judy takes their daughter Campbell and leaves him. He is met every day outside of his apartment by groups of protesters. Maria, fearing that it will be found out that she was in the car with Sherman, flees the country. Trying to discover the truth about Maria, Peter meets Arthur Ruskin at a restaurant. Arthur ends up having a fatal seizure, annoying both staff and other diners at the restaurant. Maria must return to the country for Arthur's funeral. At the funeral, Sherman approaches her about being the only other witness, besides the other black boy, at the scene of the crime. Fowler overhears their conversation and produces a write-up on it. Lawrence Kramer offers Maria a deal. Agree with the other witness and be immune, or be tried as an accomplice. Maria tells Sherman this while he, unknown to her, is wearing a wire. Killian uses this recording to contradict her testimony, making the case be dismissed. Peter ends up marrying Gerald Steiner's daughter. Maria is able to escape prosecution. Henry Lamb succumbs to his injuries and dies. Sherman is left penniless and awaits trial for vehicular manslaughter. The first theme seen in the Bonfire of the Vanities is a theme of worldwide cynicism. It shows the worst of human nature and very little of the good of it. Self-interest is what motivates all of the characters. Ethnic and racial bigotry is extreme and justified. Men use women for sexual gratification. Women use men for money and social status. The criminal justice system is seen as extremely corrupt. There's a lot of manipulation within the media. Those who have power do not represent the justice that they should be. The second theme in the Bonfire of the Vanities is the childishness of the adult male. Sherman and Lawrence are found constantly questioning their lifestyles. Sherman about how much easier life would have been if he had not become such a big man on Wall Street, and Lawrence what life would be if he was not a poor Jewish family man. Both men experience fantasy and infidelity. They have no maturity or courage to change. The third theme found in the Bonfire of the Vanities is animalism. The word animal is used in reference a lot to sex or attractive people. Sex is seen as too bound up with physicality and that it reduces humans to animals. The Bronx is often described as a jungle. Those that live in the Bronx are seen as foreign creatures to those in Manhattan. John McCoy, Sherman's father, is often referred to as a lion. Peter often refers to the Americans that he talks into buying his drinks as fish. The fourth theme in the Bonfire of the Vanities involves the McCoy case and its morality. People believe that prosecuting McCoy will right all racial wrongs. All the people involved with the case become symbols rather than humans. The true innocence of McCoy. The fifth theme found in the Bonfire of the Vanities is the presence of subplots. While these do not add or take away from the main plot, they are able to add atmosphere, relieve tension, provide satire, and develop characters. An example of a subplot is Lawrence Kramer's infatuation with the girl with the brown lipstick. The sixth theme in Bonfire of the Vanities is the society in New York City during the 1980s. It was seen as extremely superficial. The middle class experienced a lot of materialism. Rich had lavish dinner parties, short, expensive car rides, and $1,000 flower arrangements. The restaurant industry is especially poked at, with the death of Arthur Ruskin and the staff not caring. Bacon is seen as vain and selfish rather than charitable, as he should be as a minister. The seventh theme in the Bonfire of the Vanities is hypocrisy. Both Reverend Bacon and the mayor are concerned with their advancement and not the advancement of the people they serve. Both are racist, but say they are extremely against racism. Peter Fallow's articles are often fictitious. Lawrence Kramer often denies his Jewish heritage. The rich try to separate themselves from the social injustice. Everyone has a very inflated ego. All of this is able to increase the satire within the novel. The final theme presented in the Bonfire of the Vanities is the social classes and their different languages. It presents the real speech of different classes of New Yorkers in the 1980s. Examples of this are Maria's accent when she says shaman, Kramer and the detective's bad grammar on saying they ain't instead of they are not, the different way the African Americans talk, and fashionable phrases with the rich, including French and British phrases.